Namaste students. Today we will start with the next topic of chapter 22, that is pineal gland. Pineal gland, it is a very small gland. It is located on the dorsal side of the forebrain. Which is your dorsal side? This one. And it secretes only one hormone, that is melatonin. Following are the functions of melatonin hormone. Number 1, it helps in maintaining normal rhythm of our sleep-wake cycle. Okay, the concentration of melatonin, it is very high at midnight and very low at the noon during daytime. Okay, so that's why it also acts as biological clock, or you can say it helps in maintaining circadian rhythm. Second, it also regulates body temperature. Third, it influences metabolism, pigmentation, menstrual cycle in female, as well as our defense capability. So these were the functions of the pineal gland. Now we will start with the next gland, that is thyroid gland. In your class 10th you have studied about thyroid gland. Okay, so somewhat you are familiar with this gland. So thyroid gland, it is the largest endocrine gland present in the human body. And which one is the largest gland? Yes, liver is the largest gland of the human body and thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland. The thyroid gland, it consists of two lobes, and these two lobes are located on either side of the trachea. You can see in the diagram, two lobes, 1 and 2, they are located on the either side of the trachea. This is your trachea, so two lobes are located on either side of your trachea. Now these two lobes, they are connected with each other with the help of thin flap of connective tissue called isthmus. Structure of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, it is composed of follicles and stromal tissue. Now each thyroid follicle, it is embedded into a stromal tissue. What is stromal tissue? It is a mass of connective tissue which consists of nerve fibers, blood vessels and other type of cells. So thyroid follicles, they are embedded in a stromal tissue, and along with thyroid follicles, one more type of cells are present in this stromal tissue that are known as parafollicular cells or C cells. Parafollicular cells we will discuss later on. First of all, about thyroid follicles. These thyroid follicles, they are made up of cells called follicular cells or follicle cells, and these follicular cells, they enclose a cavity. Okay, now these follicular cells, they are responsible for the synthesis of two main hormones of the thyroid gland. These are triiodothyronine or T3 and tetraiodothyronine or T4. These are the two most important hormones, or you can say these are the two hormones synthesized by the thyroid gland. Now, in both the names, triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine, iodo word is present. Iodo is from iodine. So, iodine is essential for the normal rate of hormone synthesis in the thyroid gland. Now, next we will start with the functions of thyroid gland. Following are the functions of the thyroid gland. Number 1, it regulates the basal metabolic rate. Number 2, it supports the process of RDC formation. Number 3, it controls the metabolism of carbohydrate, proteins and fats. And number 4, it maintains water and electrolyte balance in the body. So these were the functions of the thyroid hormone. Next we will start with the disorders related to thyroid hormone. Now I told you that iodine, it is very essential for the synthesis of thyroid hormone. If there is deficiency of iodine in the diet of the person, it can lead to the disorder known as goiter. In goiter, thyroid gland becomes swollen, and when thyroid gland becomes swollen, it leads to the low secretion of the thyroid hormone, And goiter can also lead to another disorder that is known as hypothyroidism. How goiter can be corrected? If in the diet of the person iodine is added, then the goiter is corrected. Now, second disorder is hypothyroidism. Hypo means low. If there is low secretion of thyroid hormone, then the person will suffer from the disorder known as hypothyroidism. During hypothyroidism, there will be the low basal metabolic rate of the person decreases, person will gain weight, person will have low blood pressure, and person will feel sleepy. And low blood pressure, it means that the heart rate of the person also decreases. Now, if hypothyroidism, it occurs during pregnancy, then it causes the defective development and maturation of the growing baby, leading to stunted growth of the baby. Those who have hypothyroidism, that condition is known as cretinism. C for children, C for cretinism. So hypothyroidism in children is known as cretinism. It results in mental retardation, low intelligent quotient, then abnormal skin, dry, they can be deaf or mutism. Okay, now in adult women, hypothyroidism may also lead to abnormal menstrual cycle. Now this was all about when there is low secretion of thyroid hormone. If there is more secretion of thyroid hormone, it leads to a condition that is hyperthyroidism. Hyper means more. So when there is over secretion of thyroid hormone, that condition is known as hyperthyroidism, and it can be due to cancer of the thyroid gland or due to development of nodules of the thyroid gland. Okay. Now next, another category is exophthalmic goiter or Graves' disease. Exophthalmic goiter or Graves' disease, it is a form of hyperthyroidism. In this condition, the person have protruded eyes. Protruded means outside. You can see in the diagram the person is having protruded eyes. This is the symptom of the hyperthyroidism, Graves' disease or exophthalmic goiter. Exo means out, ophthalmic word is for the eye. So exo means outside, ophthalmic means eye, protruding eyes in the hyperthyroidism. Second is increased basal metabolic rate. Now the basal metabolic rate of the person will increase, person will lose weight, then high blood pressure and heartbeat also increases in hyperthyroidism. So this was all about the thyroid gland. In the beginning, when we were discussing the structure of the thyroid gland, I told you that one more category of cells are present in the stromal tissue. That is the parafollicular cells or C cells. Parafollicular cells or C cells of thyroid gland present in the stroma, they secrete a hormone known as thyrocalcitonin. Thyro word is from thyroid gland, calcitonin, okay, which is also known as TCT. What is its function? This hormone, thyrocalcitonin, it regulates the level of calcium ion in the blood. So what it regulates? I told you earlier, thyro means thyroid, calci word is from the calcium. So this hormone, thyrocalcitonin, it is responsible for regulating calcium ion in the blood. If there is high level of calcium ion in the blood, then this thyrocalcitonin, it lowers down the level of calcium ion in the blood. That's all for the thyroid gland. Next gland is parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland are present on the back side of the thyroid gland, and there are four parathyroid gland. Two parathyroid gland, or you can say one pair of parathyroid gland, are present on each thyroid lobe. You can see in the diagram, two are present on each thyroid gland lobe. Now, this parathyroid gland, it secretes a hormone called parathyroid hormone or PTH, or it is also known as parathormone, and it is also known as Colles hormone. By the name of the scientist who discovered this hormone, it is known as Colles hormone. Following are the functions of the parathormone or Colles hormone. This hormone, it is antagonistic to thyrocalcitonin. Earlier we have discussed thyrocalcitonin. Thyrocalcitonin, it lowers the calcium level ion in the blood. But this parathyroid hormone, it increases the calcium level in blood. So that's why it is also known as hypercalcemic hormone. Hyper means more, calcemic means calcium. So it increases the calcium level in the blood. So that's why it is known as hypercalcemic hormone. So second function is that it acts on the bones and it stimulates the resorption of calcium ion from the bones. So what it do? From the bones, it take out the calcium ion because it has to increase the level of calcium ion in the blood. Second is, it stimulates the resorption. Resorption will take place. Where reabsorption of substances take place? Yes, in the kidney tubule. So, it stimulates reabsorption of calcium ion by the renal tubules, and it is also responsible for absorption of calcium ion from the digested food in the small intestine. So, absorption of calcium ion from the digested food in the small intestine and reabsorption of calcium ion in the kidney tubule take place in the presence of parathormone. Next function is along with thyrocalcitonin, because thyrocalcitonin, it reduces the calcium level in the blood, and parathyroid hormone, it increases the calcium level in the blood. So with thyrocalcitonin, it maintains the calcium level in the blood plasma of the body. So these were the functions of the parathyroid gland. Now the next gland is moving to the chest region. Now the next gland is the thymus gland. Where it is located? As you can see in the diagram, this thymus gland, it is located between the lungs, behind sternum. So this is your sternum. Behind sternum, this is your sternum, and behind sternum, your thymus gland is present. Or you can say in between the lungs, behind sternum, thymus gland is present. And this thymus gland, it secretes a peptide hormone known as thymosin. Its name, it is derived from the gland, thymus gland. What it secretes? It secretes a hormone known as thymosin. Following are the functions of the thymus gland and its hormone. Number one, that thymus, it plays a major role in the development of immune system. Okay, this thymosin, it plays a major role in the differentiation of the T lymphocytes. What are T lymphocytes? We will discuss it later on. T lymphocytes, which provide cell-mediated immunity. When we have done blood cells in the chapter 18, types of blood cells, their lymphocytes you have done. That lymphocytes, they are responsible for providing immunity. Then lymphocytes were of two types, T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes, on the basis of their site of maturity. T lymphocytes are those which mature in thymus gland. So differentiation of T lymphocytes, it takes place in the thymus gland. So that's why, and these T lymphocytes, they provide cell-mediated immunity. Okay, now these thymosin hormone, it also promote the production of antibodies. Which cells produce antibodies in the body? Yes, B lymphocytes. So it promote, or you can say it also stimulate B lymphocytes to produce antibodies. And production of antibody, it provide what kind of immunity? Yes, it provide humoral immunity. Okay. So main function of the thymus gland is that it help in providing immunity to the person. Now, as the age of the person increases, the size of the thymus gland decreases. Okay, and in the infants also the size of thymus gland is small. So in the older age and in the infants and younger children, the size of thymus gland is small. That's why the infants and older people, they have low immunity, because the size of thymus gland is small, which result in there is less immune response to the diseases. Okay, with this thymus gland is complete.